Well, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, it is official. Kevin Feige has confirmed the X-Men will indeed be coming to the MCU and when they're going to be introduced and all of that kind of crazy stuff going on. So obviously we've heard a lot of rumors about this stuff for a very long time. We kind of expected it with Secret Wars. Then, of course, with the little thing over there with Miss Marvel over there giving the little X gene, which honestly I'm not sure if they're even going to ever even reference to ever again, or if we'll even see Miss Marvel post, of course, Secret Avengers and Secret Wars and all the kind of stuff that they're getting ready to go with, all that kind of nonsense. We'll have to end up seeing what happens at the end of the day. But we do have it officially confirmed out there, ladies and gentlemen. The X-Men will be coming to the MCU very, very shortly, ladies and gentlemen, and it should be a very interesting ride going forward with all of that. So from our dear sweet friend over at CosmicBook.News and Matt McGloin, X-Men New Age of Mutants follows Avengers Secret Wars. So yes, there we go, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. It's straight from the horse's mouth, Kevin Feige himself. And considering the kind of turnaround that we've seen inside of inside of Disney Marvel over there, all the rumors that we've seen out there essentially confirmed and essentially have now been confirmed, the fact that Feige went out there and got rid of all the activist producers and stuff like that, we might actually end up getting a good quality strong X-Men universe coming out of all of this kind of stuff, boys and girls. And honestly, as a guy that was a huge fan of the animated series, I would really like to see this end up doing well. I would really like to see the X-Men done properly on the big screen. But at the end of the day, Kevin Feige will get exactly what he deserves, and we will find out when all of this stuff comes to fruition. So we're going to check out this article from CosmicBook.News, getting all of the juicy details. But before we do, if you do enjoy our content, hit that like button, share with all your friends, and subscribe or follow if you have not already, boys and girls, because we are grinding, we are growing, and I could not do that without every single one of you. Also, if you'd like to help support the channel, please check out the links in the description down below. Also, if you enjoy this video, you can also leave a super thanks on the video as well, depending on what channel I have this on. So check all of that kind of fun stuff out in the description. Also, are you cautiously optimistic about the future of the MCU? Have you been burned so many times by Disney Marvel in the past? You have no hope that they're going to get the X-Men right in any way, shape, or form? Or do you think, well, do you believe a lot of the rumors that we've been hearing with the truth about the fact that a lot of people have been fired from inside of Disney Marvel over there, and we might actually have a bright future ahead of us? Let us know what you think about all that in the comment section down below. All right, from our dear sweet friend Matt McGloin over at CosmicBook.News. And if you haven't already, make sure you go follow him on X. As many have expected, the X-Men will become a big part of the MCU following Avengers Secret Wars. That's not all, as head of Marvel Kevin Feige has also teases some of the X-Men characters will be part of the MCU leading up to Secret Wars. So yes, boys and girls, we might see a few of our fan favorites out there before we actually even get to Secret Wars. Wouldn't that be fascinating? Let us know what kind of people you out there would like to see. What are some of your favorite X-Men? Let us know what you would like to see first and foremost in the MCU when they properly debut. Rumors have offered that following the big success of Deadpool and Wolverine, that Feige wants to stick with Hugh Jackman as Wolverine in the MCU through Avengers Secret Wars, which completely and totally makes sense. He's a huge fan favorite. Everybody absolutely loves him. And of course, we've already talked about it in the past before, and Matt points it out here again. Eventually, the MCU will recast Wolverine. We're told Henry Cavill has been in talks. And that's one of those things where if you're going to replace Hugh Jackman, who has just been an absolute epitome in the culture as Wolverine and has done such an incredible job, honestly, I think the only fan favorite you could pick would be, of course, Henry Cavill, unless you're going to end up getting a lot of backlash, because that's the Henry Cavill, I think, is the only one people won't question and constantly compare to Hugh Jackman's Wolverine. Obviously, anybody else you bring in, if you bring in some kind of unknown or something like that, they are constantly going to be compared to Hugh Jackman, and honestly, trying to live up to his legacy as Wolverine is going to be a very, very tough act to follow. So do the right thing, Disney, and shell out the money for Henry Cavill and give us the Calverine going forward. Storm will also debut in the What If Season 3 animated series on Disney. Now, obviously, Disney Plus. Obviously, it's one of them situations where we know that's a what if, so it's kind of one of those kind of situations, but still, it's the exact same thing. She will be there. And then, of course, Henry Cavill in the proper, or not Henry Cavill, Hugh Jackman in the proper suit out there, boys and girls. You gotta love it. So, in addition to confirming the Fantastic Four for both Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars, Feige confirmed big plans for the X-Men post-Secret Wars in a video message at Disney's APAC Content Showcase in Singapore. So this is from Deadline. I think you will see that continues in our next few movies with some X-Men players that you might recognize. Who could that be? I'd imagine Deadpool and Wolverine would be prime examples of that, but we'll see what happens with all of that. Right after that, the whole story of Secret Wars really leads us into a new age of mutants and of the X-Men. Again, it's one of those dreams come true. We finally have the X-Men back, and that is very exciting to see. I would love to see them going forward and actually do this properly. If they give us, if Daredevil Born Again actually ends up being like the Netflix series, which according to all of the inside information we've gotten from everything we've heard, it's essentially nothing more than a continuation of season 4 of the Netflix series is essentially what we've heard. And if they do a really good job at it, if they could give us a Daredevil level X-Men, holy cow. You talk about money printer go burn all day long. The toys will sell amazingly. The comics will be revitalized. It's everything you could have ever possibly wanted. You will make billions of dollars at the box office if you do this right. But if they do this wrong and they continue to go forward with their messaging and their other nonsense, and it actually turns out that the activists aren't gone, this could end up being one of the biggest disastrous dumpster fires in the history of Marvel, hands down. They will get blasted more for screwing up the X-Men than anything they have screwed up in the past. And boys and girls, I'm hoping that Kevin Feige's ego and his narcissism actually is playing into our favor here, and that he will actually make sure that there is no way in hell he will get roasted for everything like he has for the Marvels and for the She-Hulk and all of the rest of the abominations they have put out over the last few years. The real question is, can they pull it off? I don't know, but we will find out for sure. Marvel Studios also recently announced 3 new 2028 release dates for untitled MCU films, which are thought to be for the X-Men. So we will find out, ladies and gentlemen. We certainly will find out. But as of right now, I'm cautiously optimistic about the future of the MCU. As to whether or not Disney Marvel can actually pivot properly, if they haven't already fired like everybody with any kind of talent or ran them off because of all of the activism inside of that company, who knows? Maybe they can actually pull this off. I hope so. I want good content. Yes, it's fun to roast and get angry at people like Kevin Feige and Kathleen Kennedy, which fortunately enough, I don't think we'll ever have to stop getting angry at Kathleen Kennedy. But at the end of the day, I want good quality content. I have children. I have investments in the next generation, in the future of entertainment out there, and I want it to be good. For the love of God, Kevin Feige, make me excited about Marvel again. Boy, someone even might go so far as to make Marvel great again, because that, ladies and gentlemen, is something that we all want. We love these heroes. We love these stories, and we want to see them properly represented and not trashed and destroyed like the comics have done over the decades that they have been run by all of the insane activists of the cult. Do the smart thing, Kevin Feige. Make the fans happy. Give us a proper X-Men, and we will promise you we will make you rich. You saw what happened with Deadpool and Wolverine. You gave the fans exactly what we have been wanting for literal decades at this point, boys and girls, and you made hand over fist so much money. So Kevin Feige, do the smart thing and make the fans happy. Find nerds and geeks that know the source material and put them in charge, because at the end of the day, that's exactly what will give us good quality content. You have to know the source material, you have to know the lore, or you have to at least be willing to learn it and respect it. We have seen over the last couple of decades nothing but disrespect towards nerds, towards fans, towards geeks, and most of all toward the source material that we all love and adore. So please, for the love of heaven, Kevin Feige, make the right, smart choice. Make the fans happy and we'll make you rich. But if not, I promise you, we will sit back, laugh, ridicule, and watch your entire thing burn down to the ground. At the end of the day, you will get exactly what you deserve.